like that. What? You think we straight like what? All right, y'all. Urban Therapy with Sun 752. And this is the Daily Go Getimism. So tonight we talk about when she has to remind you that she's a girl. When she has to remind you that she's a girl. Yeah, it seems like a real simple thing, right? But on the real, sometimes when you're dealing with a woman that's really, really cool, you know, when you're dealing with a woman that's a rider, sometimes when you're dealing with a woman that's always by your side, that knows how to hold the family down, that knows how to take care of herself, that knows how to take care of business, handle herself in a way that's really, really remarkable and commendable. Sometimes you can forget that a woman is a girl. And what I mean by her being a girl, sometimes you can forget about her feminine side. Sometimes you can forget about who she really is versus what you may have painted her out to be. You understand what I'm saying? It's a crazy situation, and it's not something that we always take into consideration when we are dealing with the person that we are dealing with on a day-to-day basis. So men are constantly reminded of when they are men. You know, we show our masculine side all the time. We always throwing it up. We always are showing our macho side and our masculinity and where we come from and what we'll do and all of that. And sometimes we forget that even though our women play strong like that, they still are women, and they have to be treated as such. You know what I'm saying? You don't ever want to forget to treat your woman like a woman. But it's not a hard thing to forget to do, especially when they holding it down all crazy. Especially when they doing all kinds of things that we may be in such awe of, that we get to being in love with them like our homie or whatever, or like our friend or whatever, and we forget that, wait a minute, it's a girl. You know, when she might break down and cry sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Like really show her femininity the way she's supposed to. We may forget that, yeah, this is a girl right here. You know, straight up and down. The feelings and her feelings get hurt when you say certain things. She might get jealous when certain things happen. And even with the jealousy thing, that's not always something that we look at with our women to show their feminine side. You know what I'm saying? Like, we might look at it like, oh yeah, well, you know what I mean? Yeah, she get jealous and all of that, start acting all crazy and all of that, but that's just like par for the course. We might look at it like that's just par for the course. Yeah, she jealous. She don't want no other woman, you know, impeding on her territory and all of that kind of stuff. But what we might be forgetting is that she's showing you that she's a girl because she's showing you that she has deep, loving feelings for you. And she's not afraid to show them when it really counts. So although she's running around here like superwoman and like, I don't need no man, I got it going on, I got this, that, and the third, and I'll show it. Yeah, when it really all comes down to it, every woman needs a man. And sometimes you might have to be reminded that she's a girl when she's not showing you her yeah, I can do with you or without you side. You know what I mean? We all get broken down from that type of high horse at some point. So it's one of those things where we have to get reminded that she's a girl. Brothers, fellas, have you ever had to be reminded that your woman is a girl? Many of us go through that. We have to remind ourselves or get shown that our woman was a girl. A lot of these cats that go to jail, their woman is at home. Maybe remaining loyal, staying strong, sending you money, making sure you're held down, making sure that the kids still love you and respect you and are waiting for you for when you get back to the world. All of that kind of stuff. And because she's doing that, because she's not even giving you reasons to be suspicious that she ain't gonna hold it down for you, you might have to be reminded that she's a girl. Do you understand what I'm saying? The other day, you might have to get reminded that she's a girl. Yeah. It comes down to that sometimes. This is what I need to do. This is what I need to do. That was Church Road. It was Church Road. Yeah, I think I need to hit church. Other than that, I mean, I got all the other way and all of that, but I could have just, yeah, we alright. We straight. We good. Are you about to think we good? Yeah, we good. We good side? Yeah, we good. Yeah, we alright. So yeah, your girl might have to remind you that, your woman, yeah, your girl might have to remind you that she's a girl. You know, she might have to remind you that she used to play with dolls, that she had an easy bake oven, that, that she used to wear dresses. To be honest with you, sometimes it's like that. Yeah. You may not have seen your woman in a dress in a while. You know, that type of shit. She might have had to have taken care of 3 or 4 kids or whatever. Like I said, my brothers who have been locked down and had a shorty actually hold it down for them while they was down for 5 years or more or whatever, and she still stayed strong, still stayed loyal, or never gave you any cause to think that you was going to come home to anything except for a place to be able to rest your head and be all right. You know what I mean? So in that regard, you might have to be reminded that she's a girl, because you might have forgot that she's a girl. So yeah, while she was making sure that the kids got to school on time and didn't take the route, if you was like a career criminal, whatever, that they didn't take the route that you took in order to get where you landed up in your life. Yeah, she had to remind you that she was a girl. Y'all might have been watching a romantic comedy or some shit like that, or she might have had dreams and aspirations of going somewhere, being something, and having a life similar to that of somebody in the movies or whatever. You might be like, ain't this some shit? Yeah. And on the flip side of that, man, sometimes, man, we put our women in a position sometimes where they have to be hard, where they have to be stronger than they probably should ever have to be in their lives. We put our women in positions sometimes where they have to stand up, where they stand up in situations where they really shouldn't have to stand up like that, where they really shouldn't have to take on the role that they are taking on. You know what I mean? Sometimes we put our women in those types of positions. And it's not fair. It's really not. It's not fair. But that's kind of like the way it goes. It's kind of the way, the way things are, whatever. All of these women that are single mothers out here doing the best they can, making it happen. For real. Straight making it happen. And they shouldn't have to do the things that we often put them in positions to have had to have done. But here we are. You know what I'm saying? You know, so although that's not maybe what we meant to do or mean to do, but we put them in those types of positions. So what are we going to do? How are we going to switch it around or whatever? Yeah, we put our women in positions where they've had to be the man in the family. They the ones having to take the young boys to go get haircuts or learn how to cut hair themselves or whatever. Now, I know a lot of brothers gonna say, "Oh man, you out here, you know, advocating for these chicks. They the ones messing up the cribs. Got these young boys out here, you know, acting like little girls, little punks or whatever, and they got the chicks, the little girls out here twerking and acting a fool and blah 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 blah." And I'm like, okay, I hear what you're saying, but here's what you don't seem to understand. What you don't seem to understand is that they wouldn't have to do none of that, and we wouldn't even be having these types of conversations if you did what your number one job was, and that's to make sure that you are in your children's lives, so you can make sure that they get you can make sure that your sons get all the masculinity that they need, all of it. They don't have to worry about that. Wouldn't that be nice? Sounds like a good idea to me. Yeah. All you have to do is be there, and you will secure all of that. All you have to do is be there. Then you wouldn't be worried about none of that stuff. There wouldn't be none of that stuff to worry about. But if you're not there and you leave that in the as the job of the woman instead of you being there to hold it down, well, what do you expect? What are your expectations? For real, for real. Yeah. I don't think that you can expect that much. I don't think that you can expect that much when you haven't done what you're supposed to do. You know what I mean? That's what I would say. So, you know, when you've dealt with a woman that has been through all kinds of craziness, all kinds of foolishness, all kinds of situations where they have had to basically be the man in the household. Well, then we basically getting back what we put in, and that's not enough. That's not enough. We haven't done what's necessary. So in order to get back on the right track, yeah, we're gonna have to, you know, to get the black family back on the right track, we're gonna have to do what we're supposed to do and do our number one job as men and make sure we get back in the crib. So when your woman has to remind you that she's a girl, it's probably because you have managed to forget some kind of way that you're a man. I know y'all ain't gonna like that, you know. But yeah, so when you've dealt with a woman that has had to do so much by herself, by the way of the family and other stresses in life, you know, the job, the career, the house, the you know, the finances and all that kind of stuff. When you put your woman in that type of position and you get a woman that has been in that type of position, what do you think? What do you think she's gonna be like? How do you think that she's gonna be? You know what I'm saying? And like you at some point you're gonna have to submit to the fact that, yeah, a man's place is where a man is supposed to be, and a woman's place is where a woman is supposed to be. And it's easy to get those things twisted. Very, very easy to get those things twisted. But you ain't gotta get it twisted, son. You ain't gotta get it twisted. All you have to do is do what you came to do, kid. Do what you came to do. Oh, wait. Oh, shit. I don't know if I can do this. Hold on.